Oh shit, I thought we were done with this for the day.
Nope, and it never ends.
It's the D-pad. We're playing Shadow.
Oh, since it was
Shabadoo
talked
the
about
Hedgehog.
for a million hours in one of the previous episodes.
Yeah.
I did watch the Fire Festival documentary on Netflix.
Oh my
at
God,
your
right?
recommendation.
Oh.
That is so nuts.
I haven't watched it yet.
I'd
It's
heard
good.
so much about it, but then you see it in like beat by beat, and there were arguments made that like the documentary misrepresented certain parts of it, not all in a good way.
Yeah.
Some of it, like not all in a like, oh, they were
softened the
pinning it on
look.
him, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, there was some stuff that was even worse than that.
Oh god.
But like seeing it all and hearing the descriptions kind of as they went day by day through that for the last like 2-ish months was just like
It is
mind blowing.
It was a very like terrifying / fascinating thing to me because I love projects. I love documentaries about how something came together, be it a movie, a game, or whatever.
Ultra mega giga project starts as a small version that some dude was like, hey, what if I did that?
What about this dumb idea?
Yeah.
And they run with it. And like it was fascinating to me because of that.
Yeah.
But it was also fascinating because like
they couldn't do a single thing right.
Yeah, well no, the main guy was such a charlatan. He was such a liar and such a like
full of
he was
shit.
so delusional.
He is what people think of when they're like when someone has the caricature in their head of like full of shit Silicon Valley startup guy.
Yep.
Who's got some scheme, a get-rich-quick app or something. Like, that is the guy they think of, and it's an accurate representation of this guy.
Yes, and part of the reason it scares me a lot, or like, you know, I had this like personal visceral reaction to it is that like the guy is a good liar.
Oh yeah.
And all of the things that he thought to do and say, I found myself thinking, because it's not a strong trait I like about me, but I am like a good liar. Hopefully,
that's a good like
from acting and things like that. But like,
there's like a natural negotiation kind of nerve that like goes, okay, wait, but you know what? We just get some mattresses and tents. This is fixable.
Yeah.
Like,
lying is such a weird topic,
right?
I mean, like,
you don't want to like you want to be good at it, but you don't want people to think that you're good at it.
Well, it's just like everybody does it.
Yeah,
every single person does it.
Yeah,
and it's not necessarily bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you know, so anyway, I don't want to derail you, but
no, that's an important part of this. Like
the end point of my thought is that like he was such a good liar and such a good confidence man in in the literal definition of the word. He had such confidence that everybody was like, wow, I have no idea how you can do this, but you're doing it and it's happening, so I'm on board. And like, I don't want to give away much about the things you learn throughout the documentary if you're going to watch it, because I think you'll enjoy it.
One of these, I forgot about it actually. I gotta watch it while I'm like playing Diablo or something.
I don't know if you noticed the big patch on the floor. That was to fix the hole that was made when my jaw plowed through it during the water bottle story.
Dropped. Yep.
I literally stopped everything I was doing when that happened. I was like, I need to back up. What the fuck is happening?
What did you just say?
The reason I recommend it is because I started watching it as a secondary thing. Like I was doing something else and I was going to listen to the documentary. Yeah. And then I realized I hadn't touched the other thing I was doing for 45 minutes and was like, well, I'm just going to full screen this now.
Yeah, at this point, I may as well just watch the whole thing. But yeah, no, when the water bottles got held up by customs or something.
Yep.
And he sent his business partner to go suck the guy's dick to get the water bottles back for free instead of $170,000.
Literally do so, yeah.
Yep. Massive fucking like holy shit level of like. I can't tell whether it's like, wow, that guy was really willing to stick his neck out for his business partner, or wow, that guy really does not know when it's time to tell someone to go fuck themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, so the last thing I'll say is that part of the reason it was so like scary to me is that I could see myself that if I was in that panicked, like I'm trapped, I've got all these balls rolling and I can't just call it quits, and like, you know, that instinct of like no we'll like keep it together somehow and not wanting to like give up on something, or just or even like be honest about what's going on.
Yeah.
I felt that along with the main character dude, that I was like, oh my god, if I imagine myself actually in this situation, first being delusional, being like, yeah, this will all be so easy and great, and then eventually being like, oh no,
I'm 30 feet underwater.
I said this would be so easy and great, and it turns out it is like immensely more complicated, and I convinced everybody of it, and my mind, it was like
the skill set is convincing people, not actually making it happen.
Well, that's
it.
You get trapped in a position where you're trying to.
You need someone to manage him and direct him to go and convince people.
Yeah,
while someone
tell
else
him
is
the decisions that he has to make them make.
You reach a point where your decision is: do I expose myself as a fraud?
Yeah.
In a small sense, by saying, "Look, we are in way over our heads. We underestimated all of this stuff, and we made a mistake. It's time to call it." Or do I keep lying and manipulating people in the hopes that they won't have to discover how much of a hack fraud I am?
Yep, somehow
Oops, that
put it
went
together.
badly, so now I'm even more of a hack fraud.
Yep.
Do I admit that, or do I dig deeper? And it's like,
well,
when the
one thing you're good at is just digging deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I don't
They
know.
were like, oh, you're such a financial genius. You're making all these budgets work, and you're getting all these
It's
money
like,
from venture
no.
capitalists. I wonder where that came from.
Yeah.
right? And it's like, this is like borderline Ponzi scheme level of investor of fraud,
Yeah.
where it's just like you're just building this massive stack of debt that went to nothing and has no chance of being returned.
It was textbook corporate fraud.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah. So I had to mention, since we've done that first level 750 times.
That was
at
number
this
7.
point.
Only
7
3 more times to go. That one was pretty
times.
breezy, though.
Yeah.
We don't really have a need to go to the Hero or Dark mission for number 2, so we may as well just take the
Blast
fastest way through.
it. Yep.
I usually have a dark number 2.
It's really healthy to have at least have some darkness to it.
Yeah.
Oh, mine are bleach white.
Oh.
Is something wrong?
No,
Blue
you
is
just have
even
to-
weirder. Like
You
if
have
you
to
got a
stop
blue
eating so
number
many
2, I don't know.
fluffernutters, but other than that, like,
Hey, don't make fun of my whoops.
oh no,
Is that what the noise you
yeah,
make
they
when
slip right out.
Whoa.
They surprise you sometimes.
All done.
Smooth as ceramic.
Oops, all whoops.
Oops, all whoops.
All right.
It was my
So I figured
failed cereal I tried for a little
we would
while.
vaguely try for this one to kind of take paths that we haven't taken without any particular aim for this one. See how it turns out.
Just kind of feel it out as we go.
Yeah, we know that we can't do the most neutral last stage at this point. The other 4 are fair game. The darkest one, we'd need to do the hero ending.
Do you know which endings we've got for the other? Like,
Yep.
Okay.
We've done the hero ending for all but the darkest
Timeline.
route.
Oh.
So those are the 4 that we have left. Our 3 dark ones and the darkest routes hero.
Yeah,
ones.
once you actually kind of understand what's happening on that crazy connected web map, it sort of makes sense. I say sort of because only sort of.
Only sort of.
Unnecessary loot.
I'm really not seeing how someone would want to find the keys in every stage of this game.
What does it even do?
It unlocks, so there's a door that does one of a few things. One, it may have a special weapon in there that you can just take and use for more of the level from there.
And then
Okay.
it becomes available elsewhere too? Or?
No, it doesn't become available elsewhere. It just... I think I'm going to do the dark one for this. That seems like an easier thing to go for.
It says kill 60 guys. Or is that Knuckles' mission?
Yeah, that's Knuckles'
Okay.
mission. But so you either get a gun that you can use for the rest of that stage or until the bullets run out. You get a vehicle that you can use for as much of the stages as it'll let you do. Or it opens just a shortcut. Like, for example, the one where you're racing against Sonic on the Ark, the key door for there apparently is literally just a shortcut to the end of the level.
Okay.
But that's way more work to unlock those doors than to just
I guess the
play.
idea is if you just put in the effort once to
Yeah.
find all the keys, then every subsequent time you go there, you just get that.
Right, I guess if you were trying to speed run the game, doing all the keys on your first run, in every
I bet
level.
there's a category of speedrun that's you already have all of the doors unlocked.
New game plus or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. Oh, that already activated. Okay.
What is happening?
I don't even know if Shadow the Hedgehog has an official leaderboard for 100%ing the game.
Oh god.
Because it's so extreme. It's easily one of the longest there is in gaming.
Yes.
Like, longest non-arbitrary ones. Like, it's not like, oh, this game has a quote-unquote infinite number of blah blah, but you can actually get them all or whatever. Like, I would assume that at least one of the Animal Crossing games takes more time. I am relatively sure that was it Shampoo Percent or whatever of whatever game. There's a game where in order to fully 100% everything, like get every item in the game, it's an RPG, I think. There's an item that you can make. I'm going to get this wrong, so I apologize, but I believe how it works is you're making shampoo at one point, and that requires leaving something for 2 weeks of real time. You don't have to. I don't think you have to like leave the game on for that much time. I don't think. I may be wrong about that also. But at least 2 weeks of real time have to pass for that to be finished. So essentially, there's like a version of like the 100% is effectively the amount of time it takes to get to the shampoo plus 2 weeks. Because anything else you do to get your 100% doesn't really matter because it's not going to take 336 hours.
Button Kaidos?
That sounds right, yeah.
World record Button Kaidos 100% in 347 hours, 52 minutes, 34 seconds.
Yeah, I found one who did it in 342.
Yep, because like 99.5% of that is literally just, well, the shampoo thing is started, so I just have to wait.
Yeah.
They actually, the article I saw was that there is a, like, there was a
It's also shampoo-less 100%, I think.
Why does Button Kaidos sound so familiar, but I can't...
Button Kaidos? That's, I mean...
I can't imagine what it looks like at all.
I know nothing about it, but the name is familiar. I feel like that's one of those games where the name has more recognition than the game, and it's just an easy... Like, I could say stuff about Tekken. I've never played Tekken, but if I say Tekken, I kind of at least know what that means.
In my head, I can visualize characters from Tekken.
Yeah.
And, like, how the game kind of sort of looks.
I think Heihachi is from Tekken, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And Paul.
Oh, sure. Yeah, him.
There's like a Ryu and Ken style duo.
Because you need your main protagonist style dudes.
I forget what the dark-haired guy's name is, but then there's a blonde guy with a red gi named
Is it Billy?
Paul.
How come the Double Dragon twins haven't been in a fighting game yet? What are Billy and Jimmy Lee doing not being in a fighting game?
So apparently there was a hubbub on Twitch where one of these people was streaming the 100% run of that game.
Yeah.
And Twitch flagged him and like temp banned him for idling.
Well, yeah.
Because they were like, this stream's been on for 357 hours, and for like, 336 of those hours, they were doing absolutely nothing.
You can't even... I mean, for Twitch, you it automatically ends your stream after 48 hours, I think.
I don't know.
Maybe that's a newer rule, like after...
Oh, maybe. I guess that's fair,
It could be, but yeah, the way that it worked is that the stream was just literally up all the time because that's how the person was doing the record of it. Like, it was a third-party record that went directly to the internet, so...
The ultimate power.
That's funny.
Crazy.
That's wild.
So, but instead of that, they're
that
just
may be
like,
the reason for that rule.
It's just like it's just the time it takes to get to the point where the shampoo starts to get made or whatever.
It literally doesn't even matter if you've been 100%ing anything before, unless it's missable, because it's really just a race to get the shampoo started, and then you got 338 hours to 100% the rest of the game. It's like, oh, I could do that in my fucking sleep. As someone who's never played the game before, if I knew how to get the shampoo, I could then be a few hours behind the world record.
Yes. From what I read, the like normal completion of the game, the semi 100%, the almost full percent, is minus the shampoo and a couple of other stupid outlier items, and that still clocks in at about like 80 hours.
Yeah, it's a big ass full sized thing.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. Now this one, you have 327 missions. Or 326 paths. I don't know that we've done any in under an hour yet. I think if I had practiced enough at this, I'm sure that I could do.
Like, us doing it in an hour probably means, like, a speed run would be, like, 15 or 20 minutes. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean...
maybe not quite that extreme.
Some of the missions are just going to be long.
Yeah.
But, like, an average run could probably be reduced to, like, 40 minutes on average, I'd say. Like, the short ones and the long ones.
Can you skip cutscenes?
I think so.
Well, then, I mean...
I don't remember on that.
That's
on
a whole
that
big
front.
chunk right there.
But yeah, it would still be hundreds of hours for that. But it still wouldn't even be close to the longest because you've got stuff like Button Kaitos. And, again, some Animal Crossing games it takes real time to do.
Yeah.
And there's so much to collect in those things, so...
Yeah, especially, like, things don't become available until certain months.
Yep.
So, like, what
Final
are you gonna...
Fantasy, a lot of Final Fantasy games feel like Sphere Grid for Final Fantasy X takes a fucking ton of time,
Yeah.
so... Well, anyway, why don't we come back next time?
Oh, yeah.
We'll go to this next goopy level full of goop.
We'll get there as fast as possible.